Spotlight Nation, Tru Heel Heat Nation, welcome to Tru Heel Heat 16. This is part 2 of our 1 year anniversary, guys. We are here live in the shop where it all goes down this weekend at the Sears Center, Saturday, September 1st. We are going all in, guys. I am Top Guy JJ. This is your lovely, beloved host, SP3 as well. We have a lot to cover for this current episode of Tru Heel Heat 16, culminating live from the beautiful city of Chicago.
It is beautiful out here. I've only been out here for a few hours and already I am loving the city. Shouts out to everyone that I've seen so far. But this is 1 year anniversary part 2. So on our first 1 year anniversary, we previewed SummerSlam. So on part 2, we're gonna go through everything that went on SummerSlam weekend as well as the All-In big event. But you guys, the Tru Heels, you guys, the Spotlight Nation, you guys have been voting online on the Tru Heels group page for our poll results for our 1 year anniversary. So we want to give you guys, and we want to thank you for voting. Everyone that voted out there, they've been having multiple options for all these categories. So number 1 was the most shocking surprise from Tru Heel Heat in Tru Heel Heat history, and surprisingly, it was me, SP3.
Why was it shocking?
Well, I expected maybe the sneak attacks by maybe Seth, maybe the sneak attacks from other people that won't be named, but I thought a lot of other things were being picked. But me, SP3, not picking Roman Reigns for the year-end review in 2017 was the most shocking surprise.
That's exactly why it's not surprising, because we all know you hang off Roman's testicles.
I do not hang off his testicle. I merely put the gloss and the hair gel in his hair.
Oh, okay.
It's a beautiful man.
So you're above the testicles.
Exactly. I'm above those. I don't touch those. I deal with the hair up here. Anyway, favorite Tru Heel Heat was actually our 1 year anniversary, part 1. Tru Heel Heat 15 was voted the most favorite, best Tru Heel Heat episode so far. That was actually surprising to me as well. I thought New Orleans or maybe Philly would be picked, but you guys have been surprising us left and
We
right.
came with it. We came with it, and it came fast.
It did.
You don't like everything to come fast, but I'm just saying. That we delivered.
Especially our female viewers, I know. But finally, we had the favorite host, the best host in Tru Heel Heat. So we've had Top Guy JJ, we've had the Queen of the Ring, we've had Melly Ragdoll, but it's me, it is SP3 was voted your favorite host for Tru Heel Heat. So I want to thank each and every one of you. So to thank all of you, I have bring a very special guest host. We are live in Chicago, Illinois, and there is a contributor to the Tru Heels group page, a contributor to the Spotlight Nation that has been contributing to us since Tru Heel Heat number 1. So I want to introduce none other than the man behind all the stats on Tru Heel Heat.
You did
the Stat King! Yes!
Oh my God.
Yes! Welcome to the show!
You know what?
What the hell are you wearing? Yes!
You are the man, brother!
I thought we were supposed to go appropriate attire.
Bring it in!
I thought this was appropriate attire.
Yes! I love when your plans come to fail! Because my guy, the Stat King, has come aboard and he has his adopted father on him as his chest plate. This episode is already better than everything so far. This is incredible. Good job, SP.
I mean, it's got a striking likeness.
Wait not to think about the people you're gonna bring onto the show.
It's just a striking likeness.
And the fact that we're in Chicago and you expect the unexpected, this is incredible. Thank you, SP, for bringing the Stat King on. And Stat King, it is awesome to finally see you. We are in your home state of Chicago. This is actually welcome us to your city.
It is great to have the Tru Heels here. It is great to be part of the show. And guys, we have an amazing show for you today. So I can't wait to kick it off. Let's get this thing started. That's my.
We need to go through attire before we put people on the show now. We gotta go through your attire. We
don't. The attire is just fine.
There was the memo that was sent to me. It left choice of attire to me.
No, his dress. No, and then I saw this memo. The memo that came from SP3 is dressed like a true heel.
That is correct. That is word for word what it said.
So we're gonna go through the Tru Heel roll call. The Tru Heel roll call is where we shout out, folks like Stat King that contribute to the Tru Heels group page, as well as contribute to Tru Heel Heat and the Spotlight Nation. I am totally having a bad time so far. So anyway, we want to shout out specifically our conversation starters on the Tru Heels group page. So we're going to shout a few of them out. We saw Bruno AB, aka TJB, aka AJB. We saw him at Takeover Brooklyn at the Barclays Center.
Good seeing you, bro.
At McMahon's at the meetup. So we want to shout out Bruno AB, who's been contributing for many a months now, about a whole year now with the Tru Heels group page.
That's true.
Jessica V, who we also saw back at the Barclays Center. She's awesome. She's a Roman fan as well. She takes care of his hair as well. Stephen Xavier, who's one of our great conversation starters. Tru Heel Reign. Now, he is one of my main rivals on the Tru Heels group page, but I gotta shout him out. He's always posting, creating the conversation. One of your good friends, Steve Salvage, one of his good friends who's a conversation starter on the page. Tru Heel Romeo, one of my other enemies on the page, one of my rivals. Botch Mel, who's another one of my new rivals because he always botches, and I always call him out for his botches. And Chris G of the No Offense podcast. Those are your Tru Heel group page conversation starters. But we want to shout out a couple of more people who we're going to be seeing actually this weekend. Chris from Chicago. He is the #1 CM Punk fan. Don't hold that against him. Christian Moore, Tony Mario, who we're also going to see here in Chicago. Clinton G, who's been contributing to the page. Rayshawn Hunt. Jamal Curtis Baker, Jeremy P, who just came back to the page. He's a really good contributor to the page as well. Casey, who's just a troll. Him and Tim Gonzalez, they are the true trolls of the page.
Straight trolls.
Tru Heel Antoine, who's one of the old Tru Heels.
Old school.
Old school, very much so. Duncan Kennedy, who's always contributing to both on the Facebook page and our Twitter page at Tru Heel Heat. Darnell Darton. David Henderson, Shannon Turner, who's actually a subscriber to our YouTube page, Tru Heel Heat, as well as Jen Cruz, Trinidad Valdez, and my cousin, who's a new member to the Tru Heels page, Tru Heel Dijon. So, that is the Tru Heel roll call, but we got special shout outs. We want to shout out any of our old guests that we've had on the show, the Queen of the Ring,
Alex, Melly Ragdoll. One of our absolute favorites, HR's own Janelle she's still having conflicted decisions between the Jobber Tears and the Tru Heels. She's still very, very torn about that.
She's in a difficult position.
She's in a difficult spot.
She's still Tru Heel Nelly in our hearts, but she is on the Jobber Tears podcast, so we want to shout out everyone on the Jobber Tears podcast, not only Tru Heel Nelly, but the Botch brothers.
Then shout outs to Mr. Black.
Yes, Mr. Black.
Shout outs to Mr. Black.
Mr. Black is our new favorite on the Jobber Tears podcast.
No matter what they say about you, Mr. Black, you are right.
And you made a good choice.
Mr. Black, their generation me to me too. They are no longer Young Bucks. They are Generation Me to Me Too. So hashtag Me Too to Generation Me. And shout out to Sir Wilkins, who took the fall when I went 2-0 as the undefeated
How you
new
feeling about that?
phenom.
Because I think he might have given you a concussion.
I mean, I was pretty concussed, but I got the 1 pound of gold that I won from Baby Seth.
You didn't defend it.
No, I got the 1 pound of gold and I showed it off. I showed it for all those people because he wasn't eligible for that. He didn't earn that, but I got my second victory. I am 2-0, and I want to be, from this day forward, I am to be known as the undefeated new phenom. Because, Mark, you don't deserve that shit anymore. I am the American black ass. You are nothing, Mark. You are nothing at all. And I'm coming for you next. 3-0. Mark, SP3, Tru Heel Mania. God damn.
All right, I think even SP3 were broken. I think Mark with broken hips would still kick your ass.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We also saw Jobber. Also saw at the Jobber Slam Lucy T of the WWE YouTube page, Lucy T WWE. So we want to shout her out as well. And we got the Stat King here. We have a whole big show up. we got All In to talk about. Absolutely. We got SummerSlam to talk about. But before all of that,
hold on. You think that you the only person that actually came here with something up his sleeve?
Wait, this isn't on.
You decided to you thought that you had something up your sleeve with the Stack King. You really thought that you were the only one that was thinking about the Part 2 anniversary of Tru Heel Heat? You really think that you were the only one?
I mean, I'm usually...
Well, clearly you're very wrong about this because I have dug in my bag of tricks for my favorite person that was on this show. She is my very own, all the way from the state of New York, my borough, Brooklyn, New York, baby. Y'all favorite host, y'all know y'all love this person because y'all were clamoring for her for day one, and this is gonna put some jitters up your belly, my brother.
We just said Tru Heel Nelly already.
I'm not talking about Tru Heel Nelly, my brother. I am talking about the Tru Heel Goddess, motherfucker. We are bringing to the show. Bring the camera that way. We got Tru Heel.
What the fuck
is back, baby? Woo!
Messy bitch.
Oh my God, Wait a minute. Hold on.
This guy's shirt.
Babe. Oh, this show has just
Yo, this
gets real. It gets real on the heat.
Oh, what?
Let's switch.
You
spilled the drink on me. You smelled smoke in my face. That's why she got suspended. What the hell is going on here?
Tru Heel Bay right here. What is going on with y'all? You have a seat, my love.
Thank you, dear. How y'all been?
Now Tru Heel Heat is complete.
We got the shirt.
Now,
we have a show to do. We are here for All in Chicago, baby. This is what we're here for. This is what we came out from New York for. Let's discuss.
Got it. I know you got some shit on your mind.
Oh, absolutely.
You got some shit on your mind. So let's
start
jump
with,
right into it.
Let's start with Evolution. Ladies, I know as wrestling fans, we are all here for this. And we are all excited for the fact that we have a all-women's pay-per-view. But is it something to be excited about, or is it just a glorified bone toss from WWE because they did the Saudi special? Let's talk about that one.
She just brought up straight facts. So literally a few days later, they are doing another event in Saudi Arabia. So is this just WWE's bone to just give this women this first ever pay-per-view because knowing they're not invited back to Saudi Arabia?
And see, my personal issue is the fact that, okay, it feels like it was a last-minute thrown-together decision. One, it's in Nassau Coliseum. Let's just be honest.
It's in Long Island.
Right. We're all from fucking Long Island. I mean, we're all from fucking New York. To go from fucking Brooklyn to Long Island is really fucking deep. To be honest.
That shit is like going to Chicago.
It is like going to Chicago. So for us, for fucking to go out to Long Island.
No offense.
No offense.
Like,
but like to go out to Long Island to see the women's pay-per-view, yes, okay, we're gonna be having classes, we're gonna be having like trips, we're gonna be having leader, we're gonna be having a lot of women from the past, present, and future, as is the tagline, of course. But do we really want to go out of our ways to see this show, even though we're local?
But you know what? At the same time, Goddess, like I love your point of view, but we're getting it.
Right.
So what are you looking forward to from this show? Because we're getting it. Like it's happening. So let's just, it is a first ever for the WWE. They have never had a women's pay-per-view at all. So what are you expecting from it? What are you looking forward to?
I'm expecting that it is going to be a decent show, but nothing that's going to blow us out of the park, to be perfectly honest with you. I think that honestly it's going to be kind of a little bit of a nostalgia factor show, a little last minute, hey, we did this. This is our first thing that we actually did. Having been somebody who attended the Women's Rumble, I can honestly tell you I was extremely excited for that. That was something that was really a life check mark for me as far as a wrestling fan. I was incredibly excited for that. To go to a women's pay-per-view is something I've always wanted to do. But again, it's that inconvenience factor. If it was at something like an MSG or if it was anywhere else, I'd be more inclined to.
Y'all gotta put it in Long Island.
If y'all gonna put it in Long Island, I mean, that feels like a house show to me. I'm so sorry. Is it really a glorified house show?
And from the way the numbers are breaking out right now, they have not been able to sell out Nassau Coliseum. Especially when they're they've been hitting us over the head every single week, multiple segments. This is the first all-women's pay-per-view, and they're not getting the numbers that they want.
Now, do you think that's because of talent weight? I mean, okay, we have names like, obviously, like Ronda. We're bringing back the Bellas, we're bringing back Trish, we're bringing back Lita, we're bringing back a lot of people, but do they hold enough weight to draw an actual crowd of like how many thousands of people that they actually want to attend?
I think they do. I think the problem is, and this is something that we'll be able to get into a bit more, is that right now they're trying to promote Hell in a Cell, then Super Showdown, then Evolution.
And it's making my head hurt.
It's just
It's a case of two.
Oh, SP is in the show.
Oh, hey, how you doing, buddy?
SP is here. So is there any, like, listen, I'm telling you, if nobody from Spotlight Nation or Tru Heel, he ain't got nothing to say as far as this. Jesus Christ, you look, my God. Like, this show about to end early.
Let's take some questions from the Spotlight Nation. Tru Heels, Spotlight Nation. Let's hear from you guys.
SP3 decided to come back to the show.
Well, we have Tim Gonzalez here, who said, while you were talking earlier, said, Lord SP3, move on, please. Nicholas McGee stated, All In card is somewhat underwhelming. And Nicholas McGee also stated, hi Mimi, seating arrangements look uncomfortable. Sid, that face you had on the whole time you were sitting there, brother, I don't know.
Better worse than this.
Do we have any questions?
No questions as of yet.
All right. Awesome.
Nicholas McGee yet again. Someone give SP3 a Snickers. So
I ain't got a Snickers, but I got a drink. You may need a shot.
No questions.
I got the drink on my pants.
Well, you ain't asked for nothing in your cup, so we might as well deliver
I
it
don't
to you.
have a cup. You put it on my pants.
Well, nobody's your fucking mate.
We couldn't get a sippy cup, maybe.
And now I'm gonna get suspended because she blew smoke in my face.
I will just add one last thing to the women's evolution discussion, is that while we may not be too enthused about it now, the good thing is that it is actually happening,
Right.
and they can build from that in the future. Maybe this
I
one's
agree.
not going to be, everything we think it's going to be or everything we want it to be, but it's
But
a great starting place.
Right, no, exactly. And you have to have that initial show to have something progress into something better
Absolutely.
at some point. I mean, really, 5-6 years from now, the talent pool is probably going to be much better. I mean, truthfully, again, just going back to a few years ago when I saw the Sasha Bailey match, that will forever be my favorite match that I've seen in person at NXT Brooklyn. So to go from something like that, and hopefully in 5 years, have women just be able to do crazy stunts, do crazy spots without someone in the back being like, no, you can't do that because you're gonna break a nail. I'm not with that shit. I actually want to see women really wrestle, and I want to see women actually have their own pay-per-view and have it be a solid show that'll actually sell out for women fans and for male fans as well. That's what my hope is for that specifically. But we are not here for anything WWE related. We are here for something far more important. We are here for All in Chicago.
Speaking of people that are not with WWE anymore, though, what about Jordy Neville just getting released from his WWE contract? That's what
Welcome back to the show, by the way.
Yes, that's why I'm gonna bring you guys
Welcome back to the show, by the way.
God, you guys need me for everything. So yes, Jordy Neville got released from his contract this week. It's been a 9 to 10 month saga with the WWE. They basically kept his contract on pause, sent him home to sit down and watch 205 Live when it sucked with Enzo Amore, and now to the rebirth of 205 Live that is now good, but they have finally released him. So what are your guys' thoughts? Do you think that Neville is going to be away from the scene for a while, and where do you think that he might pop up next?
So personally, I'm just gonna say, so real quick, literally it's like 10 seconds about this, about Evolution. Guys, fans, let's support it so it can happen again.
Yes.
Let's make it happen again. Let's make it happen again. So give them support so it can happen again. Don't make this a one-time deal. Don't feel overwhelmed. Let's just support it. See what happens from it. Now regarding Neville, so clearly this is something that's been building for a long time. So Neville's been sitting home collecting a paycheck beautifully. So he is healthy as your perfect pit bull. He is ready to sink his teeth into something wrestling. He is ready to sink his shit in. He's ready to go. So as far as a promotion, honestly, there is no better promotion to me for him to go to than New Japan.
Okay.
New Japan to me is the spot for him to go to because the plethora of matches that he can get out of New Japan, and the fact that he's really not the best talker, he doesn't need that much talking to be involved in a great storyline. So his
because the storylines in NJPW are more
they're
action-based.
they're based on actions, wrestling, and then the theme of what they do.
Right.
So he doesn't need to be on the mic. So I would love to see him in New Japan. And God, we don't have enough time on this show to talk about the people that we would love to see him in the ring with. Just put Neville in New Japan and let your imaginations run fucking crazy.
So Stat King, would you rather him be in the heavyweight division or the junior heavyweight division if he was to go to New Japan?
I would want to see him in the junior heavyweight division, to be honest with you.
Stat King, I need you to sit up a little bit. I need that shirt to show a little bit more. I need that shirt to show a little bit more. You know, I need the
visual.
I need the visual presence of that show.
I would want him to be in the junior heavyweight division, especially you can have amazing matches with Marty Scurll. You can have amazing matches with Hiromu when he comes back, Will Ospreay, all of them. But what's going to be interesting for him is I don't know if he'll be able to do a kind of tour of the indies as well as others might have, especially because one thing you'd expect is that he might return to England for a while, but with NXT UK, it's as though WWE's kind of buying up all the talent and all the contracts there. It's going to be difficult for him.
You got organizations like Rec Pro. There's a couple of other ones in the indies. Like the main ones that the WWE seems to have their like stronghold on is Progress and ICW in the UK. So
I guess what I'm saying is they're taking what talent they can get, and so it's more likely that he would go to New Japan because it's going to be that much more difficult for him to go in England.
So from your legal representation, since you are the lawyer of the Tru Heels, so what is the obstacle that is holding Neville up, if there is any, from doing whatever he wants on the wrestling team?
From what I understand, there isn't any, because normally if they were to release somebody while their contract is still valid and pending, there is a non-compete clause that they have in there. Now, here they just let his contract expire. I don't know if they have anything in his contract that has a similar clause because they let it expire. Sometimes that can happen. I do believe it was reported that nothing is hindering him.
He has no non-compete clause.
As far as I'm aware,
work anywhere.
As far as I'm aware, he could be in Chicago tomorrow night.
So do you guys think he's all in?
Get that going. Get that going.
Let's ask the Tru Heels and the Spotlight
Is
Nation.
Neville going to be at the Sears Center tomorrow night? You've heard it legally from our Tru Heel lawyer, the Stat King himself.
Do you guys think he's gonna be at all?
I don't see any other reason for him not to be. Like there's nothing especially I feel like the Stat King just solidified it for me that there is no reason that Neville is not going to be at the Sears Center tomorrow. There's nothing holding him back. There's no promotion holding him back, no contract holding him back. He has an open field to whatever he wants to do, and what better to make a big splash than tomorrow night at the Sears Center.
Especially if you've been sitting at home for a fucking year not doing shit.
And what's great about it being all
he
in
is itching to get back into the ring. You already know he is.
What's great about it being all in is it's not tied to any actual promotion.
Exactly. No promotion.
So it doesn't. If he shows up, it doesn't stop him from going anywhere else.
Keep that in mind, guys. All in is no promotion. It is wrestler based. Keep that in mind, guys.
Exactly. Made by the wrestlers, brought to you by the wrestlers. So, other than that, we talked about Neville getting released, but we got the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Top 10 came out from July 2017 to July of 2018. So people understand the Pro Wrestling Illustrated is basically it's a publication and a magazine that basically bases things a lot on kayfabe, which is like the kayfabe accomplishments, like winning titles, your booking, your kayfabe standing, more than it is about the performance, like a Wrestling Observer, which is all about the shoot and about the performance base, more than it is about the kayfabe. So PWI makes a top 500 every year from July of the previous year to July of the now year, and they basically give out a top 500 it is. Yeah. And they gave out the first 10 names from their top 10, and boy oh boy has it caused a lot of controversy online.
So real quick, so before you run down this top 10 list, for these listeners here, can you just at least just give a very quick elaboration of the PWI and what kayfabe is? Because I feel like some people don't know what either one is.
Well, I just gave the description for PWI. So what kayfabe
But who is PWI?
It's a publication. It's
Pro
Pro
No,
Wrestling
no, no.
Illustrated.
Who is PWI?
Pro Wrestling Insider.
No, I'm
No,
not.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Right. There you go.
I already said that.
No. I'm just clarification because we got a lot of people that has very tunnel vision.
No, I know.
Y'all
But
know who I'm talking about.
basically,
One or
kayfabe
two.
is basically the world that wrestling
Punch.
is in. When you take wrestling too seriously and someone goes online and puts under you, it's still real to you. That's kayfabe. That's basically kayfabe. We all appreciate wrestling. We are all adults here, but we know that these guys are not MMA fighters. They are not going out there to shoot, defeat, or fight the other person and beat them down until they can't get up.
Wait.
What wrestling is an art form. It's more of a performance base, and that's what kayfabe. Kayfabe is the entire world that wrestling is in. That is the kayfabe world.
Wait, you're saying Vince McMahon isn't Hornswoggle's father?
No.
No, and Kane did not rape Katie Vick.
And Kane is not Undertaker's brother.
A
Nope.
few people had a Katie Vick moment.
And
this
Mark
week.
Henry
That's
didn't
all I'm
have a hand child with.
Nope.
No. Really?
And Bubba Ray and Devon are not related.
And Edge and Christian are not brothers.
They're not brothers. They are best friends.
I need to go home and rethink my entire life.
Oh my God! My wrestling heart is broken.
Sorry, guys. You learn a lot. You learn a lot today on Tru Heels 16.
My,
But let's go through the top 10
I thought I knew it all. I thought
PWI.
I knew it all.
So-
Stop can't help me. I thought I knew it all.
We're gonna go through the top 10, and we're also gonna tell you where they were, the previously, because that's how PWI works. So number 10 was The Miz, who was also at number 10. And
Nice.
that's very reflective
Nice.
of his
Miz
consistency.
made the top 10. That is awesome.
Miz basically has been Intercontinental Champion,
Figured.
throughout the last year. So he, the kayfabe world as well as the, the performance base. Miz is just there. He belongs in the top 10. You got Tetsuya Naito, the leader of LIJ. Les de Japón comes in at number 9, moving up from number 12 last year. You got
Go ahead. Say it. Daddy! It's Daddy!
who jumped up from number 33.
Daddy!
I have no idea what the hell he's doing on this list.
It's
Oh.
Daddy!
At number 7, moving down from number 4 last year, so a lot of you guys online will be marking out over that. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns comes in at number
Roman
7.
went down?
Yes, he went down from number 4 to number
I want
7.
to know why.
That
He
did not-
hasn't been champion in that span.
That
of
did not
times.
make Roman Reigns look strong.
I want to know why.
No, he's so strong. but-
Thank God. He's still strong, but thank God.
The biggest jump of anybody in the top 10, it is Braun Strowman at number 6, jumping up from 34 to number 6 on the top 10.
How do you feel about that?
Hashtag Braun Strowman is trash.
But
Kevin, wait.
Let's talk about he made the biggest leap. He went from number 34 to number 5. So
That's
he
because of a
jumped-
3-word catchphrase.
He jumped 29 spots from a year ago.
Let me just say this: Kevin Owens is a great man.
Father.
He's a great father. He's a great husband. He's a great professional wrestler.
Also-
All he wanted to do was perform on Monday nights and someday win the belt that is red like this, the Universal Championship. But you know what? Braun Strowman mentally, physically, and emotionally tormented him to the point that Kevin Owens quit his dream job.
You want to put your tears in here? You want to put your tears
Hashtag Braun Strowman
No.
is trash. Kids, don't be a bully.
You want to put your
Be a star.
You want to put your tears in there? You want to put your tears in the cup?
Anyway, number 5 was Seth Rollins, jumping up from number 16. And this is why I say it's a mixture of the kayfabe and the performance base. Because
Perfect.
Seth Rollins has not been WWE champion in the last year. He has not been the Universal champion. But he has been one of the most consistent performers in that 12-month span. So that's why he deserves to be in the top 5.
Burn it
You
down.
got number 4, Brock Lesnar, jumping up from number 25.
500 plus days
503.
as the reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight universal champion. That's it. He's not the champion no more. So
Anywho, number 3, jumping down from number
Don't
1,
hate.
is Kazuka Okada,
Don't hate 'cause
which
it's Rocket
makes a
Tiger.
lot of sense for the majority of that 12-month span. Kazuka Okada was in the greatest world title run of
Absolutely.
any wrestler I've ever seen in my life. So that makes a lot of sense. Number 2, who was number 2 last year, AJ Styles. The WWE champion comes in at number 2. He won the WWE title in November of last year, and he has held it all the way through. So from a kayfabe as well as from a performance base, he has been the man. And number 1, jumping up from number 5, the best bout machine, the best wrestler in the world, Kenny Omega.
The cleaner, absolutely. And well deserved. Well deserved. We've been clamoring for this for over a year. We've been doing this, saying that Kenny Omega is the best in the world. It was not a knock on AJ Styles. It was not a knock on anybody else. It was just the fact that Kenny Omega has gone to a different level. His level is different than everybody else's right now. And the fact that he is so gravitated to every fan that is in the scene, whether it's independent or globally, because everyone in the global scene knows who Kenny Omega is. He is one of the most known names in professional wrestling. So the fact that he has earned that number 1 spot puts a tremendous smile on my face. Like, it is so awesome to see somebody from that scene take the number 1 spot, and he is gonna own that shit because he is finally the IWGP champion. Like, amazing. It was a hell of a call. Honestly, there is nothing I would change about the top 10.
Oh, I got a few changes.
Of course you would.
Got a few changes.
So Tru Heel Heat Nation, Spotlight Nation, just know that SP3 is extremely bitter right now because Braun Strowman is on the list. Stat King is wearing Dad's shirt, and the lovely goddess is here, baby. So he is going to be a little unhinged for the rest of the show. So his opinions are going to be a little skewed right now. A little bit, just a little bit, because he's taking it really personal right now.
I know I don't have to tell you this, Tru Heels and Spotlight Nation. You already do it on your own, but don't listen to JJ. Anyway, what I would do to change the top 10, you get Cody's ass out of there. Because what has he done? He's lost the ROH World title. He hasn't done anything kayfabe-wise. You get his ass out of there. You take out Braun Strowman because Braun Strowman is trash. What great match has Braun Strowman had without the Big Show or Roman Reigns? You can put that in the comment section, also on YouTube. I'm still waiting. I've been waiting for about 3 Tru Heel Heats now. Anybody? Round up? Okay. Anyway, so you take those 2 out. You put Hiroshi Tanahashi, who was the Intercontinental Champion as early as this past February. He was the IWGP Intercontinental Champion. He defeated Jay Wyatt at Wrestle Kingdom, and he just won the G1 Climax. How is he not in the top 10? And also, you put in the best sports entertainer in the world today, Tommy Entertainment, Tommaso Ciampa, who has owned NXT, who has been the man, who has been Mr. Takeover, Mr. Main Event. He belongs in the top 10 more than Cody and more than Braun Strowman.
But this is a body of work for an entire year, right?
Yes.
Okay, but if you think about it, for Ciampa and Gargano, when was the first match?
Last year.
Last year at what? Takeover?
Well, no. The first match in this trilogy was New Orleans.
Yeah, it was in April.
So it's 4 months. It's a solid 4 months.
4 months. So basically, we're missing 8 months out of the PWI index.
In that 4 months, he had a better heel run than anyone on the top 10.
And that's a fact. But then you're just going to discredit everybody else's 8 months prior to that.
What has Braun Strowman done?
Because you know what, y'all on the what have you done for me lately train, and that's fine. Which is most of the marks. What have you done for me lately? So y'all forget about the prior 6 months to that. Y'all forget about the reason that Braun has risen up to this point to get in these hands. Y'all have forgotten the point to how Miz has become the most must-see superstar in WWE. So the fact that those are going to be the 2 most questioned ones, and I know that they are, because everybody else, there is no way you question anybody else.
The 2 most questioned online right now are Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
So Brock Lesnar, the fact that he's been Universal Champion for 5 days.
We got a question or comment from the Spotlight Nation.
SP3, we have Clay Hawkins here.
Oh God.
Oh really?
And he says, I can't believe I'm agreeing with SP3. Strowman don't belong on any list.
He's got a broken clock is right twice in a day, so I give you credit, Clay. Right. We see eye to eye when it comes to Braun Strowman. We all know that.
So we just got a complete explanation from SP3 about why this top 10 list is complied. The fact that Braun Strowman has been one of the hottest, if not one of the hottest non-champions in the entire WWE,
It's because of Roman Reigns.
But
it's because of Roman Reigns. Let's stop all this shit.
The reason why the fact that you talking over my point does not make you right.
It's Roman
Braun
Reigns.
Strowman has been one of the hottest, if not the hottest, non-champion in the entire WWE.
May I?
Go ahead, absolutely, Stat King.
Braun Strowman is the only man on this list to have not won a title. Any
Unless
title.
you count the greatest Royal Rumble title that we never saw again.
A world championship, a mid-card title, a tag title. He has not won.
Yes, he has. He's won a tag title with Nicholas.
Okay.
Man, you brought that up.
He's won a tag title with Nicholas.
You're using that as a positive.
That's like Michael Cole. That's like Michael Cole going Finn Balor was the first Universal Champion.
I have to talk to a lawyer, so I'm talking to a lawyer about facts. So I need to present him facts. The facts that he has won a championship has occurred.
Okay.
And the fact that Braun Strowman has also won the Money in the Bank ladder match to make him the monster in the bank. He has had accomplishment.
So wait, hold on. So we don't want Ciampa on the list because Ciampa's accomplishments are only 4 months, but we're gonna give the okay to Braun's accomplishments, both of which happened in the past 4 months.
Braun Strowman's ascend to become the monster has taken a year. I'm not.
And Ciampa's took the same amount of time because he was out with an injury.
I am not negating Tommaso Ciampa. This is the problem with all of you goddamn wrestling fans. I am not negating Tommaso Ciampa's success. He is probably, in my opinion, the absolute best heel in all of the WWE. He deserves to be on this list. And if you're going to tell me he needs to replace somebody, I'm going to talk about he needs to replace The Miz. And if you're going to talk about that, he needs to replace The Miz. Because right now, he is a hotter heel in the WWE than The Miz ever was.
Our member here, Nicholas McGee, says, I would say bump Miz and place Ciampa on the list.
Thank you.
Simple enough.
This is a simple logic. You're not going to move Braun Strowman out of it because y'all have personal opinions. Braun has had one of the best years in the entire WWE without winning the title. The exact same reason Seth Rollins is on this list without winning the WWE title. He has been on fire, and so has Braun Strowman. I get it.
Seth Rollins won the Intercontinental title.
I'm not a Braun Strowman fan.
But you're arguing in defense of him.
Well, because it makes sense. He's on the list.
So guys, if we're talking about overall body of work, let's talk about how Braun Strowman now essentially ordained as the heel of WWE because Roman apparently is God and Savior. So, do you think that was a wise decision to essentially pit Braun against the Shield and turn him as the official heel of the company?
R.I.P. Braun.
They needed somebody to replace Brock Lesnar.
R.I.P. Braun.
So they needed somebody to replace Brock because obviously Brock is moving on to other things. So who else is going to be the opposing threat to Roman Reigns? The one that is on the goddamn list, Braun Strowman. So clearly this feud is going to go on for more than a month. I don't understand what people's logic is. The best person that is going to challenge Roman Reigns for this title is not going to be Finn Balor. It's not going to be Seth Rollins because they're brothers right now. It is going to be the only person as a believable heel that can actually challenge him. It is Braun Strowman. I don't understand the lack of people's logic. You fucking fans make me sick sometimes.
The WWE could have told this story without having Braun raise the hand of Drew McIntyre and
Dolph Ziggler.
Like they could have had him not tag in. They could have had him beat up Roman and then leave. He didn't have to raise anybody's hand. I am a Roman Reigns fan, but that was stupid.
No, it was
stupid.
It was an alliance against the Shield.
That was stupid. You don't have to align together to defeat the Shield.
This is simple logic.
It's an alliance against the Shield, yet the Shield had not done anything in that match.
Absolutely.
The Shield had not shown up.
Logic. It's payback. It's payback. It's simple.
What was Dolph and Drew getting payback for?
Gentlemen, do we have any
For
other questions
Dolph
from
losing his title.
What did Roman do?
Guys,
He lost the title to Seth Rollins.
Guys, the logic is there. JJ, listen, man. I just got something to say straight from the founder of the Spotlight, Justin J. Lopez. He says, and I quote, well, the gang is back together again, minus the shit stain, baby Seth.
Damn.
Good one. There we go. I'm not happy about the game being back together, but that was some fire.
logic is clearly there. The Shield is the clear most dominant thing when they're together. So how does this not make any sense to y'all?
Because Braun
needs allies.
need to be a heel.
Clearly, Braun was completely healthy.
My dude!
They fucked him.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can I just say one thing?
I did
One
go down this.
thing.
I did go
Braun
down this
Strowman spent about 3 to 4 months when he was
Go down
first
this thing.
introduced having 2-on-1 and 3-on-1 matches.
You're talking about
and he was undefeated. He loses one.
You're talking about people from Columbus, Ohio?
He loses
You're
one.
talking about people from Davenport,
He
Iowa?
loses one match. He doesn't even lose a match.
This guy's
he gets
serious.
beat
This
down.
guy's not serious right
He gets beat down.
This guy's not serious.
And he has to get
and
a
you
whole
guys
game.
actually picked him as your favorite host.
He has
But
to
he's
get a
coming up
whole
with these
game.
Davenport, Iowa shits. He's coming up with
And
these.
I would have
these
sworn
guys.
top
Yo,
that JJ
Braun
said that
Strowman
talking over
literally-
you wouldn't get your point
I'm
across.
so sorry. Braun Strowman literally fought a team called the Triple Threat. They literally were called the Triple Threat.
No, that was actually the Bludgeon Brothers.
But I don't give a fuck. But y'all get my point. He fought 3 people in one match.
Yes.
So he's gonna compare this to Shield?
He's done 3-on-1 matches. He is Braun Strowman. He's
Alright.
wait, come
Y'all
on.
got the floor.
You keep
Y'all got the
interrupting
floor,
me.
guys.
You keep
Y'all got the
interrupting
floor.
me. I'm making valid points.
Y'all got the
Braun
floor.
Strowman tells Roman Reigns and Finn Balor, I'm not gonna cash in on a vulnerable champion. Then he waits till Roman Reigns has a 20-minute match and he attacks him from behind and wants to cash in his briefcase. The Shield help out their brother because they're all about justice. They're the hounds of justice. And Braun Strowman gets beat down by 3 people for the first time. He's beating up 4 people by himself. He won a whole tag team battle royal against 8 other teams by himself. But yet, when the Shield beats him up one time and they did about 3 moves on him, they didn't really beat him down. He had to get a whole crew.
Two people who previously he had nothing to do with.
In summation,
So we're
hashtag Braun Strowman is trash.
So we're literally talking about 3 former champions. But go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead. Go ahead. keep
Revival, former tag team
going. Go ahead.
champions.
Just go ahead. Just go ahead. Just go ahead.
I mean,
I'm not. Just move on to the next subject because we're not going to stop. Just move on.
So guys,
Because
let's kind of
it's
just
ridiculous.
recap how, because we are obviously discussing Braun. Like, let's just talk about SummerSlam and NXT Takeover, which we all got to attend.
But before we get into SummerSlam and Takeover, we got one more guest. One more guest for you guys. So I was featured on the Wrestle Cave podcast, which is one of my favorite podcasts.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
No,
I got
you didn't.
one more guest.
No, you
And I
didn't.
got none other.
Oh, you're getting desperate.
None other than the Negro, Bray Wyatt.
Oh, wow.
I got Ace Porter on the show.
Bray is here?
Yes, Black Bray, the Negro Bray, the love child of JoJo and Bray Wyatt. He is back
Don't
from the
hug my
future.
goddess. Don't hug my goddess.
He is back from the
But
future.
you know what?
This is my title. This is my
Black Bray is
title.
welcome.
You want-
I'm missing my title. I'm missing
Yeah,
my title.
yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'll let you
You know
hold
what?
the 1
Honor-
pound of gold.
honor-
You want to hold the 1 pound of gold?
it's
One
heavier.
pound.
It's heavier than it looks.
1 pound.
1 pound of gold.
1 pound of gold.
1 pound of gold.
So, welcome,
Thanks
Black
for having
Bray.
me. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually quite a surprise because SP3 he's had a lot going on he has a lot on his plate lately, and the fact that all of this stuff has been happening, so I feel like he's kind of digging in the deepest depths of his little vessel here. So he pulled you up. So you know what? But welcome aboard, man. So what do you think about this weekend?
I'm all in.
Nice.
Hey.
Well, tell us a little bit about Wrestle Cave real quick before we get into SummerSlam and Takeover.
Wrestle Cave Podcast. Follow us on Facebook at Wrestle Cave Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Wrestle Cave. Follow us on Twitter at Wrestle_Cave. Basically, started in my basement. Shout out to my guy Casey. Shout out to Pat. Shout out to Michael B. Jones. Shout out to everybody behind the scenes. So many people to name. Basically, started in my basement.
Yo, tell me all this guy doesn't need is a lantern right now. A lantern and a Hawaiian shirt right now. And we are looking at Bray Wyatt. Just get some fireflies and we got Bray Wyatt.
I actually thought he was gonna say Michael B. Jordan. When he said
I always almost fuck up on that.
Yeah. But you were with us in Brooklyn for Takeover SummerSlam weekend.
Yeah.
So let's get into Takeover Brooklyn first. What was your favorite match or favorite moment from Takeover Brooklyn?
Off the top of my head, the tag match.
I agree
Solid
with you
choice.
there. I agree with you there.
Mustache Mountain. If y'all know me, y'all know how I feel about Pete Dunne. Y'all know how I feel about Bruiserweight, British Strong Style. My title's at home. You know,
Can you
a little
do
heavy,
a
just a little heavy.
Are you able to do a little mockery of the Bruiserweight right now with
With the 1 pound of gold?
The 1 pound of gold? There we go.
There you go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Awesome.
I'll wipe it off later.
So,
You might need to brush
I actually agree with you. The Mustache Mountain versus Undisputed Era, I want to say that's the best tag team match of the year in WWE.
Wow, that's bold.
In the last
I would say
10 years,
Yeah.
in my eyes, maybe because I was there,
Yeah,
it's probably the best tag team match I've ever seen last 5-10 years.
I mean,
I'm not gonna say ever, but
seeing it
5
live
years?
definitely does raise
Yeah.
the impact of it.
That was a bold set. It's a bold.
To me, I judge matches like tag matches are a little bit harder than singles matches.
Yes.
For the spots, it can be a clusterfuck. The sequences in that match I've never seen before.
And what a lot of people haven't been talking about, they stayed majority in the ring. They
Yeah.
did 2 or 3 dives, but a majority of the match was stuck in the ring, and that's so hard to do with tag team wrestling. So
And
that's
the
why I enjoy
story.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
So what about
The
you?
story there,
So let's just go down the line. Mimi.
All right, personally, just for me, it would be Adam Cole and Ricochet. I mean, that to me, that whole match, the whole experience felt honestly like an ROH event. And that's what captivated me throughout the entire match. While the tag match was fantastic, and I will not discredit it, that for me was it.
Dude, the super kick off
Yeah.
of a moonsault, that was it for me.
It was
I was done.
seamless.
That's
I
my
was done.
moment.
I was
That's
done.
my moment.
That was
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the moment.
but the fact that it was on top of a fantastic match, that was my
Yeah.
match of the weekend. I
Yeah.
picked it in part 1 of Tru Heels 15. That was my match of the weekend, and it lived up to its billing. It lived up to its billing. That to me was a match of the weekend for me,
Absolutely.
right there. And that moment right there, oh my god,
It's so beautiful.
like that shit made you cringe.
Definitely neck and neck. You could say that the Undisputed Era just ran that whole weekend.
Yeah.
Tag match to that match.
And they were the most over.
Most
on
over.
Takeover.
You know what? No matter what they say about you, Black Bray, you all right. Stack King.
I gotta go with Ricochet and Adam Cole as well. I remember I'm sitting there on my couch watching the match, and it's just you see that moonsault, you see that kick. It's so
It was perfect.
so well timed, and it's just to think that Cole's in that moment, like okay, he's coming, I gotta be able to kick, and it just looks so fluid.
Yeah,
it looks
absolutely.
so just
And
effortless.
Cole, just with his sense of urgency, the fact that he didn't just pin him afterwards, he followed up with the last shot with
Yeah.
the, right on the knee.
Yeah.
So I love Adam Cole because of that, and that was a great match.
Yeah.
A lot of people haven't been talking about Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler. They topped what they did at the Mae Young Classic Finals last
That was
year.
a fantastic
And
match.
That was a
Yes, it
fantastic
was a
match.
lot.
They built it up very well. The Last Man Standing match was amazing because everybody in the crowd booed Tommaso Ciampa, and I was singing, "Tommy, will you love me? Everybody." So I was loving that.
Yeah.
But number 1, like Black Bray over here, I gotta agree with them. The tag team title match, NXT tag team title match, stole the entire weekend. It stole the entire weekend. The
That was
best
solid.
match of the
That was
weekend
solid.
was the first match of the weekend, and it was just amazing. Tyler Bate is the MVP of that match.
Yes.
Tyler Bate may be
Yeah.
pound for pound one of the top 10 wrestlers in the world.
He is a strong boy.
He's a strong boy.
He's a strong boy.
and what's incredible about him and Dunn is how young they are.
Yes.
Tyler Bate is
They are.
21 years old.
What are we doing
guys.
with our lives, people?
That
We're
sequence.
doing a podcast
Just,
right now.
just 10 years from now, he will still be
Oh, yeah.
younger than like what Rollins and Ambrose
Oh, yeah.
and Miz are now.
And it's incredible. It's incredible.
The sequence where he jumped over the top rope, he took out, I forget who he took out, but they went to throw, he took out one person.
And then he throws him back in the ring.
He did his neck move the first time outside of the ring.
Yeah.
Over the fucking hardest, put the apron. On the apron,
Yes.
did a clothesline, picked up, I think it was Roderick, threw him in the ring, hit him with the Tyler driver, which nobody kicks out of. And he
That was
fucking kicked
surprising.
out.
That was one of the
Super
best man
strong.
falls.
Yo,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
what was awesome to me was when Tyler was in actually a submission position, and he picked dude up, and he broke the other submission
Yes.
with
Oh, yeah.
his tag team
Oh, yeah.
partner.
Oh, yeah.
That was like, yo, you don't see this shit. all the
That's how we
time.
got the pop of that
And-
whole match. Yeah.
And the deadlift into the suplex.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
he was spinning
Oh,
both
man.
of them. And then
Oh
dropped
my
them.
God.
He is
I just
a
love it.
strong
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. He doesn't
Nope.
look it. He
Yeah.
doesn't look it. That's
Oh, yeah.
fantastic
But
match.
I just love like with Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Tyler Bate and Stone Cold and Wade Keller. I was listening to their podcast talking about Takeover Brooklyn. They can do things so easily.
Yeah.
But they make everything look like a struggle. That's why I love them, because they make it look and feel like a real fight. That's why I love those guys. So
Awesome.
Takeover Brooklyn, honestly, in my eyes, the second best Takeover Brooklyn of all time. Number one was the 2015 with Bailey and Sasha, but Takeover Brooklyn 4 was the second best Takeover Brooklyn.
And that match, it was no lot of reactions. And other than that tag match. As great as everything was, that entire card, even SummerSlam, I thought SummerSlam was really, really good.
I'm on your side, Black Bray.
Yeah, but
I'm
the
definitely
biggest
on your side.
reaction, the biggest pop is with Tyler. Tyler Bate was
Yeah,
involved in,
the opening,
like all of them.
usually what was great about what happened with that match is that the fact that the opening match has the crowd at its peak. So they are the most open to great stuff. So the fact that they delivered beyond their expectations in the opening match, they did get the best of the crowd. But that Adam Cole and Ricochet match, that crowd was in, every spot was like, whoa! Like every spot, they gave it a great reaction.
Absolutely.
Toronto, you guys got a lot to live up to next year. A lot.
Alright, so let's talk about SummerSlam. Any favorite moments from SummerSlam? Anything that stuck out for you guys specifically?
I love the Gauntlet winning the IC belt. And the Infinity Gauntlet winning the snapped his fingers, which was Dolph Ziggler's neck, baby. And he won the IC belt. Like, once I was like, oh shit, ain't no way in hell Seth is losing this match. He got the Infinity Gauntlet on his foot, bro. Like, once that Power Stone goes into his neck, it's over.
I mean, personally, for me, as far as SummerSlam, it was okay. It wasn't the best SummerSlam I've seen. Obviously, I enjoyed like Takeover way more than I did SummerSlam.
Always.
But what stood out for me was the exchange between Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, and then of course later on with Braun coming out. Can I talk about just the promo work of Samoa Joe? Shout the fuck out to Samoa Joe.
He's the best on the mic in 2018.
Untouchable.
Can we? Joe.
Yo, I love that. That was absolutely just like, that was one of my favorite matches of SummerSlam in general. Obviously Braun coming out, pop up, hey, I might cash in, I might not. Cool. That was a great moment.
Smart.
In and of itself. But for me, that's what stood out for me. Ronda winning the championship, we knew it was coming. I'm sorry. We just knew.
Hallelujah! Praise the Lord! She sacrificed her UFC Hall of Fame career to become the greatest women's wrestler of all time. Our Raw Women's Champion. The woman that will main event the first ever all-women's pay-per-view. Rowdy Ronda Rousey!
Wait, so is SP3 and the Goddess on the same page right now? Is this happening?
Well, this is awkward.
Well, my favorite match of
Is
SummerSlam.
this happening right now?
My favorite moment of SummerSlam, first of all, was Becky Lynch turning superface. Not turning heel, but turning superface because she got the biggest pop of the show when she turned on Charlotte.
That was the most popular slap of all time.
Yeah.
I've never seen a heel turn go over so well. But that was the moment of the night. But the match of the night, and I want to talk about the match of the night, and then I'm going to talk about the MVP of this match. The match of the night at SummerSlam, all of you can comment on the Pro Wrestling Spotlight on the Tru Heels page. The match of the night was 6 minutes. It was our main event. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, and the MVP was Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He took a match that was booed. It was not even given a chance in New Orleans. All of us were here in New Orleans. They took out beach balls during the entrance, and they buried that match in New Orleans. And you know what he said? He said Brock Lesnar, and I'll translate Braun's promo. So Braun comes out with his briefcase before the match starts, and he's like, hello, WWE Universe. Vince McMahon has heard you. Don't worry. I know you hate this guy because you wanted Daniel Bryan to win the 2015 Royal Rumble. You hate this guy because he's never around. So you all wanted me to cash in Money in the Bank. I'm here to cash in Money in the Bank. Psych! and then he turns off the cameras before the crowd realizes that Braun's not cashing in Oh my God! Listen, Kennedy McMahon, that was the Jedi mind trick.
And even better than that is the fact that less than 24 hours later, he does it again on Raw, and the crowd falls for it.
And the crowd eats it up because he gives them the
Again.
Shield
I'm letting
reunion.
y'all know right now, Vince McMahon owns the reality stone.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon owns the reality stone.
Thanks.
He snapped his fingers and had us all fooled and let us know that y'all are gonna stay put.
I'm
Because
gonna
we're
agree.
gonna plant the unwanted seed right outside there that we're not gonna use at all.
Do you have any questions or comments from anybody right now? Or we chilling? All right.
I totally
so
agree.
how about we transition to why we are finally here?
Yes!
In baby Chicago, we are here for 0 Hour and of course the main event. So let's run down the 0 Hour SP3 if you would take
All
it.
in, baby.
So you got on the WGN America 0 Hour, the over the budget battle royal. This will determine who will get a shot at the ROH world title on the main show on All In's pay-per-view against Jay Lethal. We got some of the participants. There are 4 slots that are open that have not been announced. So there are 4 unannounced spots, but these are the people. You think so? I mean, yeah, he just said a certain name we brought up at the beginning of the show. Pac Neville might be one of those spots. You never know. You got Brian Cage, Jordan Grace of BCP Battle Club Pro, the first ever Battle Club Pro female Icons champion, Jordan Grace, one of our good friends of the show. You got Moose. Rocky Romero. You got Colt Cabana, CM Punk's favorite wrestler. Ethan Page. You got an ass man, Billy Gunn. You got Jimmy Jacobs. You got Marco Stunt. Our friend Queen of the Ring saw him at Joey Janela's Lost in New York. We had Trent and Chucky T of Best Friends. You got Brandon Cutler and none other than the Grand Central train station MVP, Virgil.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yes, the Grand, he signs autographs in Grand Central in New York City, the 4 train line. If you walk from the shuttle to the 4 train, you can get an autograph from Virgil. Yes, that happens. That's fact.
Yo, Virgil is a part of this match.
Alright.
So who do you got, guys, and why? Let's start off with Black Bray. Go into the...
Black Bray, pick.
I'm gonna go with someone that's not announced. I'm
Okay.
saying Pac. Fuck it.
You're gonna
Also,
go with
you
Pop?
want surprise entry.
Why not?
So
He's
he's going.
not in a contract
So he's
right
going
now.
with Pac Neville.
How do you
So
speak
if
to
y'all don't know
WWE?
with Pac, he's going with Pac Neville.
How do you speak?
And it's gonna be on WGN, which is
All right.
millions of homes around
Right,
the
that's
world.
a solid pick. So just, guys,
I mean, I was just gonna go with Cabana just for shits and giggles. Why not?
I almost didn't pick because I just kept looking at you the entire time. So I'm actually gonna pick another person that is not in this match, and he is gonna buy his way into this match. I'm going with the boy Flip Gordon. I'm going with Flip Gordon.
Like that.
Flip Gordon is going to enter into this match because this is going to be his one and grand shot to get into this pay-per-view. So not only is he going to be in this battle royal, he's going to get a world title shot that he's not going to be successful
Let
in.
me ask you this. What if he's in a ring and Pac is in a ring at the same time? Will you
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Who you got, Stat King?
Also Flip. Flip it's
We're
it's
unanimous
building
down.
this.
We're
It's
unanimous
building
down
it.
here.
Yeah,
I
building
mean,
it.
it's been building for a while. It just makes sense for Flip Gordon to find his way into All In. So Flip Gordon wins the over the budget battle royal, in my opinion.
The only thing I can see is maybe Neville, because that's been kind of breaking in the past 48 hours, maybe 48, 72 hours. Maybe they've been on the phone with him, so maybe there's kind of a change.
Maybe
But
they flipped it.
yeah,
Call
maybe they
it
flipped
Pac.
it, but
But I
feel
I
Flip's
but listen,
in the
guys.
ring
I
like
also like the idea of a certain individual that is not with us right now. So I've been in a little communications with Mr. Baby Seth here. So Baby Buck. So his prediction, and this is a solid one actually.
We doing this again?
Yeah. Because remember, I read off your predictions when you wasn't here. So his prediction for this, because I wanted to hear his exclusive.
You did this for him.
He predicts that none other than Chris Jericho is going to make an appearance at the event, not a part of the over the budget battle royal, and that Pac is gonna be the one to answer his challenge.
Ooh,
So that is a solid call by Baby Seth on this event.
that's heavy.
It's not a match, it's not a part of the Over the Budget Battle Royal, but I wanted to give you his take on it.
Solid.
That would be your surprise moment.
LOL. Anyway, the Briscoes versus Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky of SCU. That is the main event of the 0 hour. Who do you got, guys? I'll start it off. I'm gonna go with Frankie and Scorpio.
Yeah.
You know, Frankie Kazarian, I've given you a hard time for years. You've always been alright. But I will say, ever since you've been on Being the Elite, your rants are hilarious. You are funny. You are in phenomenal shape. Scorpio Sky, you alright.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Wow. Way to hate on black excellence. Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kaz and Sky.
Kaz and Sky.
I wonder why. Yeah, on that note, I'm going with the Briscoes. Man up. I can't pick against the Briscoes. I'm just going man up. Just man up. This is a regular grudge match.
Fair.
Man up.
Who you got? Black Bray.
I'm gonna go with Sky now. Yeah.
I
I don't think Briscoes need them. I don't think they need it. They already superstars.
They're already the 9-time ROH Tag Team Champions. So.
I feel like this pay-per-view is really to get the eyes on exposure on the other people. Like, there's no way in hell.
Thinking too much about this.
Huh?
Thinking too much
I
about this.
had a long time to think about it.
I mean, we all did have long flights to get to Chicago, so
I think that's the best thing to do.
Train that, but-
Give more exposure to these people. That's what the whole hour
tie
is
your
about.
shoes, by the way.
Not supposed to be tied.
No, that's too good to be tied.
All
Anyway,
right.
so the main show, we don't know the order of the main show at all, so we're just gonna run off the matches as they're listed.
Oh, right.
We
You don't know that, right?
We don't know as of yet, but we're gonna start off with the Chicago Street Fight. It's gonna be Hangman Page going one-on-one with Joey Janela. This is probably gonna be the wildest match on the card.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a lot of high bumps. Joey Janela is a CCW alumni, and if you know anything about Compact Zone Wrestling, you know they are the hardcore. They are the hardcore, a little bit too extreme wrestling around. So Joey Janela is known for that. He's known to be a street fighter. I'm gonna go with Joey Janela in this one.
Could we see a ghost?
Can we see
So we see another Joey.
Could we see a ghost? I mean, I'm just wondering.
During this match?
ghost interference during the match? That'd be interesting.
I mean, if it's a ghost interfering, I mean, if it was a regular match, a ghost interfering, I don't know how you cause a disqualification.
Well, it's
Even
a
that's
street
in
fight.
street fight.
It's a street
so anything goes.
Alright, so predictions.
I'm going with Joey Janela.
Chanela, just because he has the advantage.
I'm going Hangman. I'm going Hangman.
I'm gonna go Joey.
Alright.
I think 4 out of 5 say Joey because Joey Janela, out of Adam Page and Joey Janela, he's not the most
Just
known.
know I
he's
believe
not.
in y'all.
He's not as known as Adam Page.
I love Page.
Joey Janela, this is a big moment for him. He's very
Remember-
known in Evolve and WWN, but this is like his big moment on like
That's
main
true.
stage
Alright,
that a lot of people.
So this
haven't known.
panel just all said they love Paige, but none of y'all pick Paige.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I didn't say I love
the rest of the
Pete.
card.
Elite. I didn't say elite.
Elite.
I love
He's
him.
putting words in our mouth again.
I'm putting words in all their mouths because they said it.
I didn't say it.
Clearly, you're the bitter one that's over here, so I'm not listening
Some
to what
elite
you're saying.
have to lose. So
I feel like they need to
yeah, they can't all win, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
their pay-per-view,
Exactly.
but they can't all win.
I got you. I got your point.
Paige?
McMahon.
Yeah.
I got your point.
Page.
All right, this
You
is
can take that out.
This event
Let's
is
hear-
not. It's not about VKM.
Let's hear from the Nation and the Heels.
I have a small comment to make about this whole Adam Page versus Joey Janela thing. I'm with JJ on this, and me and JJ never really see eye to eye. Adam Page killed a man. Don't know necessarily how much more extreme you can get from there. Joey Janela's got no chance. So yeah, that's my comment.
Is he gonna bring a telephone to the ring? Like,
He might bring his talking boots and
And the
those things
fact
off
that me and this
Bloodstained
person doesn't see eye to eye, I don't really give a shit about that.
So
I just need to get a prediction.
So I thought it was like a comment or a question, but it was actually our cameraman news. Cameraman news.
The top
that's
guy,
what
not
that
top
voice
families.
is. Our cameraman news. That's what that voice is for our viewers. This one is a spotlight for the ladies of independent wrestling.
Yes.
You got Tessa Blanchard versus Madison Rayne versus Chelsea Green versus Britt Baker. Fatal 4-way match. Who you got, Black Bray?
You go Tessa.
I'll fuck with Tessa.
Knockouts champion.
Tessa. So
I think it's Tessa.
No one is giving the queen a chance. I'm gonna give the queen a chance. I'm gonna give the queen of TNA a chance. I'm going Madison Rayne on this one.
Well, technically, she's not the queen of TNA.
Or Impact, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
She might be the queen of the Mae Young Classic. Actually, she's in the Mae Young Classic. Ashley Rayne. No, but you gotta love WWE on the bracketology. Ashley Rayne, the former Knockouts champion, who's looking to make a huge impact. Yes, WWE said that on the bracketology. So, going next, we got one that's been building up for a number of months. You got the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, versus the star of Arrow, Stephen Amell. Stephen Amell's first ever one-on-one match. Who you got, guys?
Alright, can I just comment real quick? Christopher Daniels, you fucking killed that promo on the All Us video package. I felt that shit. That was hard. Seriously, and just in my humble opinion, yeah, you're right. People just walk in thinking that they can just wrestle, do whatever they want, and just come in the ring and show up and, you know, make a scene for themselves and all that. You have the experience, and for me, you're gonna have the advantage in this match.
Definitely gonna be probably one of the funnest matches of the night. It's definitely gonna be really fun. It's definitely gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of high drama, but honestly, there's no way I'm going against the Fallen Angel on this one. Christopher Daniels is definitely, to me, taking this one.
Absolutely.
I agree.
You got Christopher Daniels as well?
I just don't see. This is not just a normal wrestler. You know, a normal wrestler or a superstar.
There's no reason for Amell to win this match.
Guy is a champion, such a legend down the line.
Yeah.
I don't see a movie star winning beating first.
I think even more than that is that Stephen Amell, like you a lot of times you have celebrities who will come into WWE and WWE wants to cater them, they want to help them, they want to make them look good. I think Amell has enough respect for the business that he's not going to come in with that level of ego and say, I need to win or I should win if you want me on this because he's friends with Cody or whatever.
Right.
I think he's more than willing to end the night looking up at the lights.
So
because that's
fairly easy prediction for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Really?
It's going to be a great match. Christopher Daniels is the independent wrestling GOAT. And that is why SCU won earlier in the night. SCU will come out and jump Stephen Amell, and Stephen Amell will be saved by his SummerSlam 2015 tag team partner, Pac! Neville. Yes, Neville was his tag team partner at SummerSlam 2015. You bring the synergy together, Pac helps Stephen Amell get the victory over Christopher Daniels at All In.
So clearly, we all on this panel believe Pac is going to beat him. We don't know. It's a matter of where he's going to be.
Whether it's saving Stephen
It's a matter of
whether it's
where
in the Battle
he's
Royal,
gonna be.
whether it's
So it's up to the Tru Heels panel. It's up to the Tru Heels of where he's going to be.
Yeah.
So next we got Kazuka Okada coming off
Rainmaker.
legendary IWGP Championship run. He's gonna go one-on-one for the first time against the villain, Marty Scurll. Who you got, guys, and why?
Marty.
This was
Going with Marty. That's actually surprising.
This was a hard match to pick.
No, it's really.
Me personally, I don't think Okada would be on this show if he wasn't winning. I don't think New Japan would take that investment and put him on the show if he wasn't winning. And the fact that Marty Scurll defeating Okada will totally, basically, tear apart the whole mindset of New Japan, where juniors never beat heavyweights.
Well, here's the thing. I'm about to say that's the exact reason why I feel as though he's going to win. If you look at their 3-man tag matches, if you look at Marty's been in the ring with heavyweight guys. Yeah. So him beating Okada, that pushes him to the heavyweight division. He doesn't need to stay in the junior. For what?
Well, he's in the junior heavyweight championship tournament coming up in Long Beach on September 30th. So he's still in the junior heavyweight division. And right now, with Hiromu injured, they need him in the junior heavyweight division. So I just feel I feel he's going to be a great match.
If Pac doesn't show up. but I just feel as though it's all in. It's his history. Why not? Why not have him go over Okada? Okada lost his mind anyway. Change his fucking color.
So
he's going to probably have balloons.
I get balloons ready. Yeah.
So
he's not the Okada with the rain. He's a different Okada.
He's the rain stopper.
Yeah, he's a different Okada. He's a different Okada now. So if he still had the belt, then he wouldn't beat him. But He got red hair, balloons now. I got the villain taking this.
Okay. I personally want Marty to win.
I think Marty should win.
So essentially, this is going to be picked based on other predictions, based on throughout the night.
Yeah.
So
it's like the card can shift.
Right. So it's basically based on the card. So on my predictions from earlier, I am picking Okada to win this match because Adam Page already is winning. So I'm going with Okada to take this victory over Marty Scurll because honestly, Marty Scurll's not really in the title picture right now. He's not in any title scene right now. Okada's not in the title scene. This is a grudge match, one-off. Okada takes this because he is simply the better wrestler.
I just feel as though it has to be some shock value. If he wins, if he pins Okada,
not this match.
The pop is going to be
not this match.
It's the perfect time. This is their event.
To piggyback off of that,
it's their event.
I like to look at things from a long-term horizon.
Now, the next match, I want to hear what y'all got to say.
It's
the next match I want to hear what y'all got to say.
And we've got a situation.
I'm excited, bro. We got
a situation next year where we have 4 individuals whose contracts are running out, and one of the members of the elite is still going to be signed. It's very possible that if those 4, Cody, Bucks, and Kenny, opt to go to a different company, they may need to have something to bring up the Bullet Club again. And having Marty beat Okada on the stage of All In can help push that forward.
Yeah,
it's possible.
And he's a top merch seller already.
It's possible.
So it's not. A lot of people wear villain shirts.
Very valid points.
Remember, he's the only one who technically has a separate club.
Very valid points.
I think Marty's going to push him to the limit, but I just don't think Okada would be on the show if he wasn't going to win.
And that's why we're on the same.
Okada has a big match coming up with Tanahashi coming up in September.
Huge.
Destruction. That's for Tanahashi's briefcase for the Wrestle Kingdom title shot. And I don't think Okada needs to be in the Wrestle Kingdom main event again. So I think Okada's going to lose that one. So he has to win here. So moving on to the match that pretty much everyone on this panel, you guys watching the Tru Heels Pro Wrestling Spotlight Nation is looking forward to. You got the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, the Best Bout Machine, Kenny Omega, going one-on-one with the current Lucha Underground Champion, Pentagon
Zero,
Pentagon Dark, Pentagon Jr., Penta Zero M, whatever you want to know him. Pentagon versus Kenny Omega. Who you got, guys?
This shit's gonna be crazy.
Woo!
I don't think there's going to be a winner.
Are you that stuck?
I think that the firing squad is going to come out and wreck shit, fuck the whole shit up.
The firing squad is the missing link that is a part of StarCast, but not a part of this all-in card. So that is an interesting proposal.
I just feel like you got one that's really, really hot. Pentagon is hot as shit. Kenny, he's at the top of the mountain. If Kenny loses, that might suck the air out of the fucking building.
Yeah.
And the Bucks are headlining, and I don't think Cody is going before Kenny. I think he's going to go after Kenny.
I think from a business perspective, it makes sense for Kenny to win.
Yeah.
Just for that.
Definitely does. But I feel like, once again, this is a history. It has to be some shock value. So we don't know if Pac is going to be there or not, but we do know we got these solid matches. We got these matches. Something has to happen to transpire, and every match doesn't need an ending.
Now let's say for a second, let's say with Omega and Pentagon's match, do you see that if there is an interruption, let's just say Jericho comes out and interrupts that shit.
That would be
Let's
fucking
talk
crazy.
about how sexy she sounded when she said Pentagon.
She tried really hard to be Spanish. She tried really hard to be Spanish.
That's a good point, though.
I'm going with Kenny. I'm going with Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, this is another one. It's just like Okada. I don't think he would be on this show if he wasn't going to win. And I already got Paige losing. I already got Scurll losing.
I disagree.
Kenny's going to win, and a few other Bullet Club members are going to win, so I think Kenny wins this one. But I do like the firing squad idea, because the firing squad is in Chicago. They're not doing anything. They don't have anything on this card, so it does make a lot of sense.
He's suspended. Mm-hmm. And then Jericho, rumors to go to you know.
That I don't think. I don't think Jericho would be on this show. Maybe show up at the end to announce he might be on All In 2 or maybe something like that. But I don't think he would be like a part of it. Like he's not gonna be involved in one of the matches. Or something.
Can we just stop real quick? If he came out with one of those masks or some shit like that, fuck up Pentagon, and then take his shit off after he said that he wouldn't be in the US.
You know what that would mean, though, right?
That would mean he's going to Impact.
Exactly.
And
so that would be huge.
Adonis Man.
That would be huge.
It makes sense.
There's your moment.
That's a moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the firing squad that can carry that over to Japan.
Exactly.
Certain shit that can happen.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like you said, it's a tough. I mean,
it's a tough one.
I can easily say Kenny's going to win because I'm fucking Kenny Omega like Stan. But I just feel like they all know this shit already. We're talking about Cody and the Bucks all got to agree on these finishes.
Yeah.
They all know this shit already. So how do you get around a loser?
Yeah.
When they're both fucking winners.
That's
certified
actually
winners
a good
right
idea that I didn't even think about. So I'll give you credit on that one.
Hashtag firing squad from Steve Salvage. So he agrees there.
Who's gonna win this match?
What did he say? I'm sorry.
No, hashtag firing squad.
Oh, hashtag firing squad.
There we go.
There you go.
So I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm going shock value here. This is my shock value. This is my shock value match right here. I'm going Pentagon getting the victory on this match right here. Kenny
Shock value
is
too.
so big right now. Kenny is so big right now.
take
What better way to build up Pentagon in a mainstream independent level by getting a shocking victory over what is we are considering the number one athlete in the business. Like, this is the highest profile of profile matches that Pentagon is probably ever gonna have. They're not gonna have many rematches. It's not gonna keep happening.
Right.
Why not with outside interference? This is not going to be a clean finish. I do not see this being a clean finish.
Right.
Pentagon is going to win this match. I do not see it being clean, but I see Kenny being cost this match and Pentagon coming out on top in this match.
That could work.
Next, we got our first title match of the night. It is Jay Lethal defending against the winner of the Over the Budget Battle Royal. So, depending on who your winner is, we all got different matches. Well, us three at the end got the same match, but let's start at the end with Black Bray. Who you got? Pac versus Jay Lethal. Who you got winning that one?
I got Pop winning that.
You got Pac. Wow, you got Pac still in the night.
Because I mean,
you got Pac still in the whole night.
And say he's coming on
Go
ROH.
ahead, run with it.
I mean, you could be signed to ROH and New Japan.
Yeah.
So
That is true. That is true.
if you get the belt, if you get the strap, do you know how?
And
Do you know how many motherfuckers is gonna watch New Japan? You know how many people is gonna watch Ring of Honor that don't watch Ring of Honor now because Neville is fucking wrestling over there?
And what bigger
That's
way
a
to
good
tell-
business move.
What bigger way to tell Vince, fuck you for keeping me on lock at home,
That
or fucking
too.
house arrest,
That too.
and fucking get
That
the
too.
championship.
So is this your prediction as well?
I'm just gonna go with it.
Well, she went with Colt
So
Cabana.
she just wrote, but
I mean,
you
I
picked.
did go with Colt Cabana, but I'm just saying, like, in the hypothetical situation.
I'm just saying, like,
if
Colt
it
Cabana was a
doesn't-
horrible pick.
No,
to
I'm
win
just
the
saying,
battle.
I just was shits and giggles. That's not a serious pick, but I'm just saying, like,
Did you pick that because CM Punk screwed her?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the only reason.
Redemption. Redemption, Phil.
So
You awful friend.
So
But do you
clearly,
think, just point given, Jay Lethal, do you think he's coming out of the building still as champ?
absolutely,
Yes.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Flip Gordon
So
is
there's
going to
no
give him
way-
a very
there's-
competitive match.
So a hell of a fight, a hell of a fight.
I would take that.
But picking that, obviously going with Flip Gordon, he's not winning the ROH title. But the fact
Yeah.
that he's gonna give one of the best matches and performances, or like he's gonna have the crowd on the edge of their seat. He's gonna get a 2 7/8 count. It's gonna happen. Like you're gonna get the "this is awesome," and then the lethal injection is going to come,
And let's
and
not-
Jay Lethal will retain.
Let's not forget Death Before Dishonor is coming very quickly. They're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna move the belt onto
Someone else.
Flip when it's
Yeah.
not on ROH TV.
Yeah, they wouldn't change their title
Yeah.
on
But
a
it-
non-ROH
but it's
show.
on streaming. It's on
I mean, it's on
No, no,
Honor
no,
Club.
no,
It's true.
no,
But
Honor Club,
it's
you
not-
get a discount for the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
So
right.
it's not
So-
technically through Honor
Yeah.
Club.
Continuing.
So probably the biggest, best built match of the show is for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship.
10 pounds of gold.
The real champion, the greatest NWA World Champion in the past decade, Nick Aldis, formerly known to you as Magnus, versus the guy who's responsible
The
for
greatest
all of
NWA champion in the past decade. Who the fuck else has been the NWA champion?
That's why he's the greatest.
Well,
Wait, exactly.
Huh? What should be for Cody, man? You throwing a lot of Cody shit. Like he's not the reason why we're here right now.
Well, our viewers, you know, obviously you got this shirt. But it all started, Ace, if I could start from the beginning, at Manhattan Mayhem 2017. I was in the front row.
Bringing up old shit.
Yes, I'm bringing up old shit, because it's been building up for a while.
Tears.
No tears.
Tears.
Anger. It's anger. No tears, no sadness here.
Tears.
He flipped me off. Then at Super Card of Honor, he spilled beer on my friend, a female. He spit beer at a female, my friend. The Queen of the Ring. Shouts out to Alex, the Queen of the Ring.
Shouts to Alex.
Spit beer in her face he's nothing but a no good scoundrel. And then he broke up the greatest friendship in professional wrestling history for a while, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. That was horrible. And then the meet and greet at Manhattan Center on June 2nd, he kicked me off the meet and greet line because he saw it was me. Then he sees me in the front row and he's trying to get to me. He has Brandy hold him back because he's not a man. She wears the pants in their relationship. And then he tells the security to kick me out.
Sounds like a true heel.
I'm a true heel because you know why? In San Francisco, I said, fuck you, Cody, and I flipped him off, and you know what happened in San Francisco? Cody turned face. I'm the true heel. I turned Cody face.
So Cody's run hasn't been amazing. The work that he's done, Kenny.
Go ahead, talk
The
about
fact
it.
that we're here because
The fact that we're here.
Talk about it.
The fact he sold out in
Talk about
29 minutes.
Who's in the main event?
Talk about it.
The real people responsible for All In are in the main
Talk about
event.
it.
But it took Cody
It's
to
a
get
co-main
it
event,
done.
sir.
Not them.
It's co-main events.
And it's co-main.
It's a co-main event.
That's what WWE says
tell
about
about
the
the
entire WrestleMania
tell that to CM Punk.
card.
Tell
Exactly.
that to CM
Tell that to CM Punk. Co-main event my ass.
Listen,
Shit.
So answer his question.
What?
He asked you a question.
What was the question?
question was, well, you answered it. You answered it. You have a lot of,
Passion.
you have a lot of passion,
Yeah.
a lot of
Passion.
true heel
Don't be
heat.
scared.
Passion's
Oh, he has a lot of true heel heat
Passion's
for
the
Cody.
way to put it.
But you can't deny the fact that the matter is they sold out in 29 minutes. The Young Bucks didn't have the balls to do it until Cody got it done. That's facts. We're here right now, enjoying ourselves. We're going to enjoy ourselves tomorrow.
I want to think. Okay, I'm gonna be serious right now because this guy gets a lot of heat. So I'm gonna actually show respect to him. I want to thank the real person responsible for All In, Uncle Dave Meltzer. Uncle Dave said that ROH and New Japan was not gonna sell out a 10,000 seat arena, and then Cody got offended. He started crying, and he was like, "No, we'll do it." And he said, "No, but I can't do it alone. No, I can't do it alone. I gotta get the Young Bucks. I gotta get Nick and Matt Jackson because Kevin Owens told me before I left WWE, jump on that coattails. Jump on that coattails. They'll send you to happiness. They'll send you to pro wrestling heaven." And that's where he is. That's where he is at All In, and that's why Nick Aldis will beat Cody Rhodes at All In.
So y'all happy with this? So I'm glad that y'all love this. This is what y'all chose.
Who y'all got with?
love y'all. You guys are awesome, by the way. Just so you know. I'm definitely going with Nick Aldis retaining because Cody Rhodes ain't winning no title.
Yeah.
He doesn't need it.
Cody Rhodes ain't winning the title.
You already
Not
won.
happening.
You already won. You don't need the title.
Cody Rhodes ain't bringing that title into ROH. So the fact that that's not happening, Nick Aldis is gonna win. It's not gonna be a clean finish again.
Yeah.
Nick Aldis is trash.
He is trash.
He's trash. Like the
So
fact
disrespectful.
that's how I know that this match is not
So
gonna be a clean
disrespectful.
finish. Nick Aldis is a fucking bum. The only best thing that's happened to him is that he's married to Mickey James.
So disrespectful.
So this is
Oh,
not.
he is?
Yeah, he is. That's the best thing about him. But Nick Aldis is fucking garbage. Like clearly nobody even knows who Nick Aldis is, aka Magnus from TNA.
I know him.
I think you've picked against every single.
Cause he
Bullet-
is
no,
trash.
You picked against
No,
every single Bullet Club member.
Except for Paige.
No, I have not. I picked Adam Page.
You did pick that.
And we have not. Listen, we have not finished the card yet.
No, thus far.
We have not finished the card yet. So stop trying to spoil shit, lawyer.
So
I'm going with Nick Aldis retaining his title against Cody Rhodes. Unfortunately, because it seems like it's expected that the Bullet Club is going to sweep the night, and I don't think that is going to be the case going into tomorrow.
Nope. I agree.
Yeah, we all agree? Y'all all agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to say one thing. Cody Rhodes has beaten Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio. He got a tag victory over DX. My man Nick Aldis has defeated Sting, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Jeff Hardy. He is the man, and and Bobby Roode. You put respect on Nick Aldis' name.
Did he not beat Kenny Omega?
Remembers that?
Huh?
Did Cody not beat Kenny Omega?
With help. Nick Aldis
I didn't ask you that.
Nick Aldis beat all of those people on his own. Not without Dixie Carter. Not go back. Don't go back and watch it. Don't go back and watch it. Don't go back and watch it. Don't go back and watch it.
You just answered? You just answered the question?
He won.
I think.
Yo, God.
And finally,
Kenny equals
This is
all
what
of
y'all
them.
chose. Just remember that. This is what y'all chose.
And finally, we have our main event for All In. The 6-man dream match is gonna be Rey Mysterio, Bandito, and Phoenix versus the Golden Elite, the Young Bucks, the masterminds behind All In, the real masterminds, not that piece of crap, and Kota Ibushi. Woo! Who you guys got?
I mean, Kota got lost in the airport.
What was I saying?
Yeah.
Kota got lost.
Apparently he got lost in O'Hare, and Kenny had to go get him.
Kenny had to go find him. That's his man.
That's a man, yo. That's his boo.
But he knows his way around the wrestling ring. For that
Absolutely.
reason, Bucks and Ibushi.
They have to. They have to, or everyone's gonna flip the fuck out.
So this is why I picked against the Bullet Club most of the night, because they are going to win the main event
They have
of
to.
the evening.
Absolutely.
The Young Bucks and Kota Ibushi will win against this dream team of Rey Mysterio, Phoenix, and Bandito. This is definitely going to be a blockbuster feeling match, but it will be taken by the Young Bucks and Kota Ibushi. This is going to be down as a Bullet Club signature main event victory at All In. That's how we end our night. The Bullet Club will reign supreme, even though they have seen obstacles throughout the night.
Yep.
What you guys got at the end over here?
Bucks Ibushi.
Golden Elite all around. Golden Elite. So you know what? I went 5 for 5 at Takeover Brooklyn, by the way, with my predictions. I got.
Let's talk about your SummerSlam record.
Hey, SummerSlam.
Let's talk about SummerSlam.
I got the ones I wanted to go right.
Let's talk about your record, B. Let's talk about the record. Your SummerSlam record was trash.
Only 2 matches on a 5-hour, 6-hour show.
You were like 500 at SummerSlam.
Hey, I got the 2 matches I wanted.
One was 4 minutes and one was 6 minutes. So 10 minutes.
I was right.
A 5-hour
right.
show is all that matters.
I was right for 10 minutes.
SummerSlam record.
I was right for 10 minutes, and it was the 2 most important matches. Were they the last 2 matches? Yes, correct. So to not mess up my spotless record, I'm gonna take anger. I'm gonna take anger out of my predictions. I'm gonna take anger and emotion out of my predictions, and I'm gonna make an amendment. I'm choosing Cody Rhodes to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship because it makes sense. It makes sense. Dusty co-produces Starrcade. He won the title at Starrcade, but he always lost it due to a Dusty finish. So Cody should have his moment. Cody should have his moment.
That's right, yeah.
You might want to turn around for this. Oh, you might want to turn around for this hashtag. Zoom in on this hashtag right here. This is SP3's choice, baby. Cody just chose Daddy.
Daddy eats first.
That's a good point. Now, does he get his moment tomorrow or the G1?
No, he gets it tomorrow because the NWA World Championship needs to be raised even higher than it's been in this build-up. Nick Aldis has been a great champion. Like I said, he's been actually building up the profile of NWA. But the only way you elevate it even more is you put it on Cody. He goes to Japan for New Japan. He's holding that title. Zack Sabre Jr. did it with the PWG Championship and the Evolve Championship. He goes to ROH. ROH has already basically caused a relationship with NWA due to this build-up. So you can have the NWA Championship on ROH. Cody doesn't need to win the ROH World title. Cody doesn't need to win the IWGP US title against Juice Robinson on September 30th. But the NWA World's Championship with Cody and all those other promotions is going to raise the profile of NWA. It's all about NWA coming back to prominence. You put the title on Cody, that's what it does.
I'm going Cody down myself.
See? SP3. That's why I'm your favorite host, guys.
So he's a used car salesman that just literally just sold
Flip
him
the script.
a $150,000 mile Toyota that said it can still go.
It does
It's
make
still
a lot of
running.
sense. It makes business sense and personal. It makes personal sense as well.
And
That's
you-
the title of his dad.
And guys, what you got to remember, what's important about All In is that it's the independent nature of it, right? And now we're talking about people coming in, such as Neville, who we haven't seen on TV, free agent. We're talking potentially about Jericho coming in, Jericho possibly going to Impact. We have Pentagon on here, who's part of Impact. And if Cody were to win the NWA title, you possibly have a collection of 4 different companies that can slowly build together a working relationship that can build off of things such as selling out Madison Square Garden, the 2 of them. They can build off of Nick Aldis defending the NWA World title in China. They can build off of all these different events that they host around the world, and they can create some kind of competition on all on their own, coming together on their own different ratings, some level of competition against the juggernaut that is WWE.
So
And-
you think promotional partnering is the way of the future against WWE? Like it's always going to be promotions versus WWE.
It's
I mean,
the
it has
only-
to- it has to be
it's the
close. It has
only
to be.
way that they're going to be able. Like, it took 4 years of a ROH New Japan partnership for them to be able to
sell out.
Madison Square Garden.
Right.
So you have to be patient as fans. But during that 4-year span, we saw stuff like Nakamura versus Adam Cole. Both were in the WWE. We saw it first in ROH due to the partnership between ROH and New Japan. You saw AJ Styles versus Adam Cole.
Right.
You saw AJ Styles and the Young Bucks do many of 6-man dream matches throughout. So ROH and New Japan is basically showing you the future of professional wrestling these past 4 years, and you see it on the WWE roster right now.
And just think about how many times now, especially recently, they'll be promoting matches on WWE television, and they have to add that little tagline, for the first time in WWE. Why is that? Because they're having to pull talent from all these companies because they're having some issues where it comes to how they are creating their own homegrown talent and then how they translate using them on the main rosters. And by bringing in these people, these are people we know, and we've seen a lot of these matches before. So they are facing slowly over time larger and larger competition, and that's really what, regardless of what our picks are, that's really what tomorrow is about. It's a real kind of stake in the ground saying we have the ability to compete with you.
Absolutely.
It's basically an event to announce the next wrestling boom.
Yeah.
That's what I feel All In. All In led to the G1 Supercard, selling out Madison Square Garden, and we are all ready as professional wrestling fans to see what's next.
Any closing statements?
I mean, I'm ready for tomorrow. I'm ready for 0 Hour. I'm ready for All In. I am ready for wrestling to be on the forefront. We are back in wrestling boom. Whether you realize it or not, being wrestling fans, the boom is back there because Madison Square Garden just got sold out in 2 days. You got All In sell out in 29 minutes. It's all about the next move.
I think I already said it. We are in that boom period, as Sid's saying, and we have this feeling of we don't know what's coming next, but it's going to be amazing. It's going to be something that, whether it's crazy moments from people from different companies being able to work together. I mean, how many different top champions of different promotions are we already having on this card? We're in an amazing period, and it's just a sense of uncertainty, but kind of awe as to where we could go next.
All In is truly something special. And I just want us to be able to digest and understand the level of how special this is. This is the first big pay-per-view that is not sponsored by the global brand of WWE or WCW when it was in its prime. This is a true pay-per-view that is non-company sponsored. Let's take this moment and enjoy everything that this is going to bring tomorrow because it is going to be special tomorrow night. Tomorrow is going to be a thing of history, a thing of beauty. We are all going to be in the house for it. This is the reason why we are in Chicago. This is the reason why we all got together. This is the reason why we are wrestling fans, is to enjoy a spectacle and an event like All In at the Sears Center tomorrow, 11,000 strong. We are going to make that place even better than what they are going to make it for us tomorrow.
Yeah, we are just all in for wrestling history. That's what it is.
I think one of the things that if we take the wrestling equation out of it, just think about what they're doing for creators, because we all are creators. We all have our podcasts, we all have our YouTube channel, stuff like that. We're seeing they are making the blueprint for the future, basically.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We respect Dave Meltzer, we respect Solid Monster, we respect those that come before us, but it's our time to take it to the next level and to be all in. So for me, I think professional wrestling brings people together more than any sport there is out there.
New generation of creativity.
Yeah, and if you look around, it's motherfuckers that actually are cool.
Yeah.
Like, once upon a time, people were, oh, you're a wrestling fan, that's just corny. Do we look corny, people?
I'm wearing an amazing shirt.
You know,
Clearly not.
So I'm saying,
So it's kind of like, I say she look corny. I will fucking slap the shit out of anybody that says she's corny. Like, I will get slapped twice.
The only thing corny is that shirt.
That's not true.
That's corny.
That's not true.
So I wanna end this off by saying thank you to each and every one of you on the Pro Wrestling Spotlight, each and every one of you on the Tru Heels group page, on our YouTube channel, Tru Heel Heat. You guys, we started from our humble beginnings on the Tru Heels group page. Then we went live to over 50,000 people on Pro Wrestling Spotlight. So we want to thank JJL, the rest of the admins, Lewis, Future Goat from the Spotlight. We want to thank everyone that's contributed to the Tru Heels group page. This started as a little dream between a couple of friends, and we have made it into a whole live show that we give to you each and every month. But we got some news for you. We're going to be giving to you a little bit more often. We're going to be trying to give you 2 shows a month going forward for Tru Heel Heat, because we want to bring you heat on a more regular basis, and we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tru Heel Heat. So we got to be consistent with our videos on there. So we're going to give you more heat on Tru Heel Heat, the YouTube channel. But please go and join the Pro Wrestling Spotlight, like and follow that page, become a member of the Tru Heels group page, go online to www.prowrestlingtees.com/Tru Heels to get yourself a Tru Heels t-shirt. We got many of designs that are not up on there just yet, but we're going to be putting them we're going to be putting them up very soon, because we know you guys love these t-shirts. Follow us on Twitter at Tru Heel Heat. Follow us on Instagram, Tru Heels LLC. You can follow me at Tru Heels_Epic SP3. Top Guy JJ, what are you on IG?
I am Top Guy, Tru Heel _Top Guy JJ. But besides me, I just really want to thank you guys all for being here today. Like, because it's the 1-year combination. The fact that we finally, you guys have put a face to the name.
The Stack King. Ignore the t-shirt. Ignore the t-shirt.
Amazing shirt.
Shout out to Josh Marrera, the artist.
I want to definitely send a shout out and a thank you to one of the hosts of the Wrestle Cave podcast, Ace Porter here, Black Bray. You know what I mean? And last but not least, my baby, the goddess of the Tru Heel Nation. Been here since day one. The wonderful and God so lovely, the Tru Heel Mimi. So that is basically here. We are Tru Heel Heat. Again, I just want to thank you guys. Like, damn, we're in Chicago right now doing Tru Heel Heat. Like, just think about that, guys.
We've been from Brooklyn to the Control Center to Philly to New Orleans and now in Chicago. Thank you so much for the 1-year anniversary of Tru Heel Heat. This is Tru Heel Heat 16. Go on YouTube, Tru Heel Heat. We are so close to 100 subscribers. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you on Tru Heel Heat.
Too sweet. 17. Too sweet. Too sweet.